for this point to be made. In this narrative of John chapter 8, there is a man that has sinned and there is a woman that has sinned. And whether we like it or not, we better put ourselves in their shoes. Because although we might have been in church for some time now, and maybe it's been decades since you were washed and filled with His Spirit, I will remind every one of us here that we were sinners on our way to hell. And had it not been for the grace and the mercy of God that stepped in, oh yes, that stepped in and was that against the adversary of our soul and against our life, then we would not be here today. They drug this woman ready to accuse her. And we watch something in the posture of Christ that seems equally as unimpressive to the Pharisees as His everyday action. They're not wanting Him to defend this woman, much less are they wanting Him to get down to a lowly posture and get down into the dirt and get His hands dirty. Pardon this if you will, but in order to emulate Christ, there are times we must get our hands dirty. We get down into situations like this, and I've preached about it. You've heard it before. You've taught Bible studies on it. We've all been in this narrative. What was he doing? What was he writing? What was he saying? How? And I've heard every preacher preach it every other way, and I've tried to exhaust it, but I've never been so captured as I have been this week in prayer and study based on what the Lord was touching my heart with. As much as I wondered when He put His hands in the dirt that day, when He put His hands in the dust that day. Now, I've got to tell you, I believe that Jesus Christ was God manifest in the flesh. I believe that He really was God on earth in human form. I believe that Jesus Christ was God walking among us, the invisible made visible. I really believe, therefore, that when Jesus got down in the dust that day and He began to run His fingers through the soil, my mind has gone. Did He not feel Himself remembering what it was like to form Adam out of the very dust of the earth, and understood He's always been good at making something out of what seemed like nothing. Was she dirty? Sure, she was dirty. Was she a woman of ill repute? Yes, she was. Was there sin in her life? Absolutely.